tremendously excited about the new line of Mac Daddy 4 wedges. We've been working on this for 2 years. It's by far the most tour input we've ever had on a wedge. It's the widest lineup that we've ever had, so we have 21 different loft bounce combinations. We have 4 grinds available, but really the big story is about spin and the new groove and groove technology. So what we have to start is we have machined 5-degree wall angle grooves, so very, very sharp main grooves. Then in between each of the grooves, we have what we call a micro positive, or a groove within the groove. So that gives you 84 different contact points for the ball, and this is going to help both on full shots to keep the ball from sliding up the face, but also on partial shots around the green, out of the rough, in wet conditions. And we have it all the way across the line from our pitching wedge all the way up to our lob wedge. People don't get fit as much for the wedges, but what you find out, other than the putter, the wedge is the most used club in the bag. You know, the amateur golfer is only hitting 5 or 6 greens around if they're lucky. So they have a lot of chances to get up and down. And what they tend to do is they don't replace their wedges often enough. So we see a lot of players who have wedges that are 6, 7, 8, 10 years old. You know, you're losing thousands of RPM of spin, and that means 15, 20 feet closer to the pin. So we encourage you to get fit and change your grooves probably about every 50 rounds. So if you're a weekend warrior, you're playing once or twice a week up in Montreal, you're going to want to change your wedges probably every 2 years, every year and a half to every 2 years. If you don't practice as much, they can last longer. But grooves do wear, and you do lose spin over time.
When Bob and I approach these lines, I come to Bob from the tour and I say, hey, Bob, this is what our tour players are wanting. This is what we need. This is what the golf courses are like. And all that information is incorporated into the design. And then we get together with the CAD engineers and we say, hey, what are we able to accomplish? And all of us put together, this is the final product. So the pitching wedge through the gap wedge is a little bit square on the leading edge, and that helps with some alignment. And then we start to increase radius on the leading edge as we increase the loft. So 54, 56, a little bit more. 58 through 62, just a little bit more from that, since that's the most open used wedge of the lineup. So CG, another story that we always try to work on. We learned at SM6 that there was a great place we can put it in all the lofts, and that helps us increase ball speed, our spin, keep our flights down, and our carry yardage consistent. So on our 46 through 52, slightly lower, we start to bring it up the face when we get to 54 and 56, and then 58 through 62, it's at its highest point. And that's just due to the fact that as you increase loft, the impact starts to move up the face, and we start to see a reduction in the performance. So 3 gorgeous finishes. We've got our classic Tour Chrome, we've got our steel gray, and we've got our new jet black, which is gorgeous, all blacked out. Just really cool. Our tour players are beginning to love it. We're already starting to give it to guys like Jimmy Walker, Cam Smith. We can't sit around and just make the same thing twice. Our tour players won't enjoy it, our consumers won't enjoy it unless we know we've worked hard and made it a better product. And that's really what we strive for, is just making sure that everything that we've done in this line is just that much better than our last line.